No, I'm just saying I like keeping stuff all the way real. First of all, I like to let people know that, first of all, I represent God's house. You know what I mean? But at the same time, all my life, I've been raised in the street. So we ain't gonna talk about the big house,
right,
or your mansion,
right,
or your rancher, or your apartment.
right.
I'm from the projects, and I want to talk about the ghetto concerning the rat in your house. Check that out. Coming up, we had a lot of mice.
Yep.
We had a lot of rats.
Rats.
See what I'm saying? And I'm saying, how did the rat get there? Well, the rat was there before you got there. That's heavy. The rat was there before you got there, because that's where the rat live at. Where are you at? Now, how many you got rats in your house? How many you got rats in your home? It's rats in the big house. It's rats in the White House. We talking about that rat. And he's spineless. Don't tell me he can't get in. He go through cracks and crevices. We call it the Thomas English Muffin Syndrome. The rat. Hanging from his tail. Blood in his eyes. This rat got no on his back. Because the rat that's around me, I don't mess with him. I don't get down with him. No ratting. Anything in life that you think you big enough to involve yourself in, be all right with the consequences. But 9 times out of 10, individuals turn you on to turn you out. That's heavy. You put me down to bring me down. The initial thing got to do with the rat. He was there before you got there. Now, I want you to play the mirror, Mr. Rat. Play the mirror. Look at yourself. Look at yourself, Mr. Rat. Are you telling? Check that out. Check that out. You got different rats. The rat, look at yourself. Look at yourself, rat. Are you telling? Because a good teller's a snitch who used to want to get rich. He took a fall. He told on all. And less time he gets. It's a shame, but that's the game. That's why I quit, went legit, but he didn't get away. Here's the hit. I did 17 years in the penitentiary. How much time you doing in the penitentiary?
21.
21 years. And my baby Rimrocks, he did, I think he did 11. Yeah, he did 11 years. And I was in the penitentiary, and I started seeing individuals come in the penitentiary. And you know, the first thing we do, we try to help. You know, I got this motto, help me to help you to help us. And this young man, I was like, well, what you here for? And he said, my people's told on me. I said, your people's told on you? He said, yeah, I got a life bit because my people's told. I said, you don't really understand the meaning of telling, do you? Did he tell on you? You said he told. I'm saying, did he tell? Did he tell everything he know? Or did you tell? See, a lot of people try to pass the buck concerning telling. But see, in my generation, we call it ratting. Remember, Rimrocks, they wasn't even allowed in the hood. You couldn't tell and come back home. But now in the day of society, we embracing the rat. Look, we embracing the rat. You know what I mean? They embracing the rat as if it's cool. But the rat separated you from your loved ones. And guess what? The rat's still in the house. Check that out. What I mean by the rat is still in the house, the rat is home. He ain't just in the house. He runs the home. You went in, and he stay out. That's heavy. He's telling. Check this out. I'm gonna just give you a verse of that thing. I said, how many real ones left? I'm thugging my last breath. The game is death. If you got a rat in your life, it's death. Or it's a life bit. And when you get out of that situation, it's the grave anyway, because they're going to take you straight from the penitentiary to the cemetery. That's where the rat going to lead you. But he's still going to be in the home, because they set the rat free. How many rats is locked up? A rat gets set free. The cheese. He show you the cheese, which is the money, but you end up with your neck snap in the trap because you embrace the rat. How many real ones left? I'm thugging my last breath. The game is death. I said, how many real ones left? I'm thugging my last breath. The game is death. Listen, you caught the connect with them. You bagged your dope with them. You blew your L's with them. You shotgunned the ride with them. When wrong, you sided with them. You said you willing to die with them. That's a whole lot of with 'ems. And you can't convince Kenny G that you ain't policing with him. You gotta ask yourself the question, Mr. Rat. Are you telling? How many rats you embrace? How many rats you got in your life right now that you know in your heart of hearts they telling, but at the same time, that's your man or your woman? They in your house, meaning this is the temple. You got them in your cipher. You down with the rat. Listen, if I know anything about you telling, I don't get down. I cut the umbilical cord that ties me into association and that type of addiction. It's not acceptable, it's not tolerable. Off with the head of the rat. His head's off his body, but it's still attached. He got blood in his eyes because he's hanging from his tail. But at the same time, he ain't dead. He's still home. They got rats in the penitentiary. So it ain't just in the home, it's in the penitentiary. It's everywhere you go is where the rat's at. I just ain't one. I don't get down. I can't tell on you. I refuse to clip you to get back up. And a lot of people fall in this game. I don't care what your hustle is. If it's ill-gotten, a lot of people fall in the game and they clip you to get back up. Because the rat want to go home. But what they fail to realize, the rat is always home. Because everywhere he go is where he's at. Let's do away with Mr. Rat or Mrs. Rat. Don't tell nobody Kenny G told you that. I gotta ask you a question. Are you a rat?